Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. We are back for some great listener questions. Scott and Ricky join me on today's show, and we get a great question about simply the best chicken around Walt Disney World. Ian from over in the UK, great question. We had a great discussion around that. Also, how about mocktails around Walt Disney World? The best lounges for those and restaurants. We have a great discussion there. And Arrival. Expectations for Disney Cruise Line. For somebody who has never sailed with Disney Cruise Line, but they're going on our podcast cruise in July with us. What's it like to arrive at Port Canaveral? What should you expect as far as getting on the ship and how that works, getting from your resort over to the port and so forth? We talk about that so that you're not anxious when you go on that first Disney cruise. This and more coming your way on today's show. Don't forget, today's podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year, and it really does matter. Please use it as often as you can. beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You are our all-stars. You make this show happen. It's just $5 a month to support the show over on Patreon, and it means a lot. It's like a cup of coffee a month, and for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2643 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great week and staying warm. If you're here in the Midwest, it's a cold one, but we're going to try to warm your soul with some Disney talk and talk a little Disney Cruise Line, some Walt Disney World, some Disneyland. We're taking questions from the live chat. Lots of folks joining us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and X. So thanks for joining us here on Monday as we record the shows for the week. You could do that again next week if you would like. Just drop in on those places late afternoon, usually around 5:30 Eastern. We all convene and talk Disney, so we'd love to see you there. But we also get our questions at Mike@beourguestpodcast.com. You ever have a question, drop that in the email. And today, we're going to go to our Discord channel, our clubhouse. So we'll get some questions over there too. And by the way, big day here on Wednesday in Missouri. Big basketball game. Mizzou taking on Alabama out in Como. So let's go MIZ. Let's take out the Tide. You know, and speaking of that, joining me today, my buddy up in Michigan. Our teams right there next to each other in the top 20 ratings. Who would have thought after our team last year not being able to win a regular season game, but we're right there behind Sparty. What's up, Scotty G? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, Mike. And when you think about Sparty and men's basketball, you got to think of Tom Izzo, right? Who just became the all-time winningest Big Ten coach, passing the great late Bobby Knight in that category.
Yes.
So pretty awesome for that.
Yes. I mean, just absolutely destroying Illinois in the second half. I think the last 8 minutes
have you
of the
seen
game,
the graphic for that? It was so funny.
With the negative 2 points. I mean,
because
awesome.
they took a goaltending off. So they actually lost 2 points in the last 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah, so love that. There's your sports update. And at halftime, they honored the Illini honored a player by hanging in the rafters his jersey upside down. I mean, come on now.
So you knew it was going to be a good second half for MSU.
Illinois.
Maybe.
Come on.
But yeah, it is so cold here. As we're recording, my great wife Elizabeth is cooking up some chili for after the show.
Nice.
So it is chill. This is a chilly week. It's a great week to have some chili. It's great for leftovers. I'm not a leftover guy, but I absolutely am with like soups and chilies. So that will be my lunch probably for the rest of the week too.
Oh, good call.
Crock-pots across the Midwest are singing this week right here. This is the weather that crock-pots. I mean, they're earning their keep this week across the Midwest and the Upper Great Lakes. It's just it's one of those weeks. And Ricky knows. Ricky's here from DisneyWorldAfterAll.com over at the Mouse for Less. Fresh off Disney Fantasy Cruise. We're going to talk about on Friday. She was right there tailing right behind Scott on the Wish. We talked about Scott on Monday, so we're going to talk about Ricky on Friday. Ricky, what's going on? Happy Wednesday.
I could literally see Scott's ship out the porthole window in my room as it was sailing away. That was how I saw him go. Because we had a really unique stateroom on the Fantasy where we had a porthole view, and it was literally of the front of the ship. So like I could see what the captain was seeing as he was sailing away, and I saw Scotty G sailing away. Bye bye. I waved, and yeah, it was
it's kind of crazy when people were in your ship. They would go to like the bridge view on the room, but it was actually your view.
Yeah, it was my view, and I'm like, I can just look out the window. It's
like weird they had a camera in your room and you didn't even know it. Oh, that's
it was our POV, Ricky's point of view.
Yeah, exactly. It totally was. Yeah, but it was a really, really unique view for sure, and a very, very cool room, especially for us shorties. I got the side of the bed that was, the slanty side, because the ship kind of slants there, so I got
very
the slanty side of the bed.
That's super interesting. Never been in there.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that on Friday.
Yeah,
like, my perspectives of seeing each other's ships in port.
Yeah.
You piqued my interest. Can't wait. So stay tuned. That's a teaser for Friday. Don't go. We got to get through Wednesday and Thursday. We got a long way to go.
Then come back Friday and you can hear about it.
We got sub-zero temperatures and snowstorms hitting the Midwest. But hey, hang in there. Friday we'll get you warm with a podcast about the Disney Fantasy, which, I think it's like 1A and 1B with my favorite Disney Cruise Line ships with the Treasure right now. But I can't wait for the Magic. I'm excited for that in July because I've not been on the Magic. I just love them all. I love them all. I just right now just put me on anything. Put me on a beach. Put me at Walt Disney World. Disney. I don't care. Get me out of the Midwest. But today we are answering your list of questions. We're gonna kick it off with our good friend Andrew, who's been with us for seriously almost the whole 17 years we've been doing this show. So glad to see him here tuned in on Facebook. 2 questions: When will the new Zootopia 3D show, will the new Zootopia 3D show reuse some of the effects from It's Tough to Be a Bug? And have you thought of having the new author of the unofficial guide, Becky, is it Gandillion, on the show? Apparently she's from St. Louis. I didn't know she was from St. Louis, but I have been in contact with, what's her name?
Lillian?
She's like, Lillian. Yeah, she always emails me. And we are trying to work that out. I didn't know she was from St. Louis though. Holy cow.
Yeah, I have if anybody wants to read about it, I have a review of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World on the site on Disney World After All, as well as a review for the cruise line one up right now. So I'm still working. I have 2 more books that I have to get through, one for Disneyland and one for Universal. So those are coming for, but if anybody wants to read a review of those 2, the first 2, they can go check it out on the site. So there's that.
Does Universal have
a plug.
Does Universal have anything opening soon?
A
new ride, maybe.
I've heard a thing or 2. A whole new
like
park,
in the next few months.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Soon, summer. I don't know. Possibly.
Sometime.
Might be epic. Okay, so Ricky, do you know anything about Zootopia reusing effects from? I mean, is like Hopper possibly popping somewhere?
I mean, Hopper obviously won't pop into somewhere.
Come on.
It'll be interesting to see how they redo that entire, theater. I obviously have no idea how they're gonna redo it. Whether they're gonna completely gut it and start over, or if they're gonna like reconfigure things. So no idea. I mean, really, Disney's been very hush hush about kind of what they're doing with the Zootopia attraction that's replacing It's Tough to Be a Bug. So it will be interesting to see what happens. I know they just posted a video with Jennifer Goodwin, who is the voice of Judy Hopps, and she did the voice for obviously the attraction as well. And that's exciting to see because she was really excited to be back. So that's really great. But yeah, no real word on like what the basis of this attraction is going to be. It's really, kind of hush hush. It seems like we have, information about a lot of other things, but this one's really, really kind of gone under the radar for a lot of it. So.
And did you see this week they finally took down the Chester and Hester sign? Like it's gone.
Bye-bye.
Just a couple days ago. Yeah, it's I was running, when I was running marathon this year, when we ran through Animal Kingdom, that was the last day of operation of Dinoland, or some of the attractions there. It was, not the greatest. I mean, some people like the land more than others. I could take it or leave it. I didn't like Primeval World back in the day. I mean, it was rough and it made me sick. It went back to a trip, seriously, back in like 2007. I mean, like it went back that far. I remember a morning that it was the trip we took Paige's best friend Molly, and this was when I was a rookie, right? I didn't know what I was doing. We were on the Disney dining plan, and we went to Chef Mickey's, like first thing in the morning, like because we were going to get an ADR because I didn't know what was going on. So like we got an ADR super early in the morning, like at 7:30 or something. Went to Chef Mickey's, dude. I gorged myself. I just destroyed Chef Mickey's, and then we went over to Animal Kingdom. Probably got there, I don't know, probably like 9:30 or 10. Hot as anything. So of course, it was the middle of summer.
Of course, yeah.
Probably, you know, we got on Primeval World because it probably had a short line compared to everything else, like the safari and everything. You know, it's kind of a secondary ride. Got on that thing after eating 17 pounds of breakfast food, you know, breakfast pizzas. And exactly, dude. And it spun me around and dipped me and flipped me. And I almost puked, you know? So I was like, forever I hated the thing. I'm like, dude, I do not need to be sent back into, you know, time with these dinosaurs, even though it's a cutesy little ride. And it was, you know, jerking me. And ever since, I'm just like, oh, I hate that thing. It almost killed me that morning.
I liked it, but it always had a really long wait for what it was.
It did.
Yeah, so I didn't ever ride. I rode it occasionally, but it wasn't one of those that, like, if it had a short line, maybe 10 minutes or so I'd get in. But even still, like, that 10 minutes was a full 10 minutes. It was not, you know, hey, it's 10 minutes in quotes. You know, it was like a full 10 minutes. So,
Scott, how do you? I mean, Scott's a huge fan of Animal Kingdom, favorite park, I believe. You're a huge fan of Animal Kingdom, but what do you feel about Dino Land going away for Tropical America? You excited?
I mean, I was a huge fan of Primeval World. Like,
yes,
we were the family, and I have photos of this to prove it, that we always rope dropped that.
Hey, that's awesome! I
love how people have different likes and stuff.
We had our max for how many times in a row we could do, because they would not even. We could just stay on the ride.
Oh my god!
Nice. Yeah, that early in the morning, you probably could stay on the ride.
So we would do it like 2 to 3 times, and then that would be max for us.
Mercy.
You know?
That's awesome.
But
I would have totally done that, by the way. I would have absolutely just stayed on.
It was fun.
Mike would appreciate this. He would be the only one. But like back when I lived in St. Louis, we would go to Six Flags and there's the Ninja there. And I think I rode that sucker like 7 times in a row. Like
I can see I could do the Ninja over that because it's a straight roller coaster. It doesn't like do the spinny deal.
No, but it goes upside down a lot. So
I think so. At Disneyland, well, DCA, like the Goofy Sky School is similar, but it's rough as anything though. Like it's painful for somebody that's tall. Like I don't fit into the cars right.
That's true.
You
gotta be tiny, fun size like me, and then you're
exactly.
good.
I'm not fun size at all. I'm grumpy size. Okay, Robin's got a question.
Going back to Andrew though, real quick though. So Disney will always like recycle stuff from attractions. True. So like, and I'm a huge fan of paying a nod to a previous attraction. So when we go through that, like I'm going to be looking for as many Bug Life tributes as I can, and I bet you. It might not be the full scale hopper that we're used to there, but there's going to be some type of hopper tribute somewhere in the queue or somewhere out there. So I hope to see that.
I wonder if there'll still be, you know, because they have Flick coming out of the ceiling right now. I wonder if they'll use that piece where somebody comes out, like Judy comes out of the ceiling, or maybe Nick. Oh my gosh, I could see Nick coming out of this because he's a fox, so he's wily.
I mean, even at Guardians of the Galaxy, they have nods to Ellen's that I'm always looking for, and I love the they talk about the Big Bang in that.
Yeah.
Even. So like I know there's going to be some lines or something that reference. It's tough to be a bug, and I can't wait for it.
What if they have one of those like coming, you know, like in the queue or in the holding area there, they have like a coming attractions posters right now, and it's tough to be a bug. Maybe just one of those somewhere because those were cute.
That'd be cool.
I like those. Great. They're selling. Those are cool. Robin says, "Hey, BOGP crew, glad to hear Steve's improving each time Pam gives an update. Thank you, Mike, for the wonderful compliment from a while ago. Now I feel like I need to make a listener of the week. Now I feel like I need to make a listener of the week streak. No pressure, no pressure." I have a question about the dining plan, specifically about alcoholic drinks. Would the specialty cocktails be covered under the one alcoholic drink that is included in the table service option? Or is there a limit to the type of cocktails that are covered? I appreciate your time reading my message and the magic you bring each week, especially during times like this. Magically yours, Robin from Jackson Heights, Queens, New York.
I need to sign all my things with Magically Yours.
Magically
That's fantastic.
Yours. Somebody I knew used to do that at the agency. One of our agents was like,
I could see that.
Yours.
Yeah.
I can't remember who that was, but somebody, it was always Magically Yours. But I like that's very sweet. And thank you for the kind words, Robin. So but I think we have bad news. I don't think specialty cocktails are covered by the dining plan. I think it's just kind of basic cocktails. Like the fancy ones, like the expensive ones, I do not think are like covered. I don't.
It might be. I mean, I think it just
I
depends
always
on the
ask.
restaurant.
Yeah, I always ask. But if like super
Because
expensive,
I think like milkshakes like are,
Yeah, milkshakes are for sure.
so it could just depend on the restaurant.
But
I
she's
mean, I
talking
don't think you're going to see
alcoholic
any Remy
drinks.
Martin on there as a as an availability. Those $200 for like 1 ounce. But I would just ask the server. I mean, the server's probably going to run through that anyway. And when they ask it, if you're part of the dining plan, I know this might be more for preparing beforehand, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of the specialty ones do.
I wouldn't be either. I would think that anything probably listed in the booklet that they have, that they give you when you sit down at the restaurant would probably be included in the Disney dining plan. So, obviously if it's a $40 drink, then probably not. But, if it's in that, $10 to $15 range, I would say it's probably going to be included. So, yeah, I would
also say the nice hack for this is counter service. So if you do like a counter service lunch and you go to like Flame Tree Barbecue, you can get like a beer. Like a Safari Amber with that too. So that's another thing too to think about if you're trying to maximize your value.
Especially I don't drink very much. So when I'm thinking specialty, I'm thinking of like the top shelf, like liquor, like you're probably not going to get, like something that's like $50.
No,
but I don't ever buy liquor, so I don't know. Like I just get like a margarita or something.
But like an espresso martini or any of the really like high end kind of drinks, I'm sure those would be included in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just ask. Like if I want something, I'd say, "Hey, can I get this?" And
I would ask. Yep, and they're probably going to run that over with you when they sit you down and go over the menu.
I wonder if there's like a dollar amount for.
So I think that's what it is. I think it's like a range, and I'm thinking like a $12 to $15.
That's what I would guess.
My head is going. So
yeah,
probably is. Okay, let's go to the Discord. By the way, I love the Discord. You guys are the bomb. You can join us over there. We talk all the time at brguspodcast.com/clubhouse. It's just a bunch of friends hanging out, talking Disney all the time. I said, need some questions. Bam, we had a bunch this afternoon. People keep posting, so now I am losing my place. But we have a question about Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique because that's where we're starting. Here we go. Catherine has a question. We have a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique reservation for 8:20 a.m. We plan to take a minivan from Pop Century. What time should we get this for to give enough time for security, etc.? In general, are minivans something we should schedule in advance or just go on the app when we want one? So what would you do? What time?
That's a tricky one because you're trying to go to Magic Kingdom, so you still have to go to the TTC for that. So then you got to add in extra time, right?
They
might drop you off at the bus stop.
The minivans will drop you off at the bus stop. That is the hack.
Right there.
That's the hack right there for sure. Yeah,
I'm thinking of a regular Lyft or Uber.
No, right. The minivans will drop you off like it's at stall 1. That is a hack.
Yeah, that is a good hack.
That's a good hack.
Thank you for correct. I mean, as I was saying and reading the body language, it hit me. I've seen those spots for the buses. There's a minivan spot.
Yeah.
Okay, well that saves you a lot of time. Honestly, then.
Yeah.
So if you're 8:20, like
8:20.
I mean, if you're coming from Pop Century, like 20 minutes. I'm just going like backwards.
I'm super early with everything. I would say it's 25 minutes to get from Pop Century.
Yeah.
I would say like a 7:30 pickup time.
That's what I would. That's what I was thinking. 7:30. 7:30.
Yeah.
Now, would you pre-schedule?
You can pre-schedule.
I don't. It's you can I pre-schedule Lyfts and Ubers all the time.
Well,
now.
yeah, but minivans. I don't know about
minivans.
Those.
I've never.
I know they're run through Lyft, but I still don't know if. I mean, hopefully.
I would look the day before and see if you can, because that could save you some headache, because that could be a very popular time of day where people are trying to get the character breakfast at other resorts and things like that. So I would look the day before, Catherine, on that, but I think you're fine morning of most cases and do a 7. I said 7:30. Now I'm thinking like 7:25, just to give you a few extra minutes. Because you want to get some castle photos on your way up, and things like that. So.
Yeah, 7:25, 7:30. Yeah,
maybe 7:20. Just make it a full hour.
Exactly. I mean, because
that's exciting, like to get the photos on Main Street as you're walking up, and then there'll be some early entry guests coming up too, but it won't be as many,
Right.
Let's go 7:15.
And they still will have to go through security. Yeah, 7:15.
Yeah. How about 8:45 the night before?
Let's just keep going. No, that's how that's me the night before a Run Disney race. I'm like, set my alarm, 2:45, the 2:40, 2:35, and by the time I'm just
whereas I'm the opposite direction.
By the time I'm I'm just not going to bed now because I'm just gonna stay up. Adam's got a question. When do bounce back offers become available? Is it not until you check in? Correct. Actually, they ask when you check out. They want to know your checkout date to book a bounce back. They're like, when did the guest check out for that reservation? So it's at your checkout is when we call in for a bounce back, they want to know when the guest checked out of the previous reservation. And let's see. This is a follow up from Catherine. Do you have to bounce back this calendar year? Yes, it's select dates for this calendar year. Obviously, bounce backs aren't available for 26 because there are not dates.
So is there an advantage to that? I mean, I'm mostly I look for the AP discounts or room onlys and things. Can you find something good with the bounce back sometimes?
So Disney uses the bounce backs to fill slots here and there that aren't filling, right? They're just kind of like, there are discounts out there that
slow
are
times.
Yeah, exactly. For times where they want to fill rooms at select resorts. So like if they need to fill some rooms at Riverside during August, they'll throw a bounce back in that week or, this slow week, there. If you have an AP, you're probably going to get a better offer. But, if there's nothing out there available at that time, it's something to go for until you can probably get a general public offer later or, an AP offer, some other
You'd be waiting for that AP offer to come in, may never even come.
Right. Exactly. It's kind of it's like a first layer plan. And, sometimes really good offers. You never know. Let's see. Again, another handle here. Elavies says, currently Magic Kingdom only has after-hours events scheduled until May, while Epcot and Hollywood Studios have them until September. Do you think they'll open up any events in Magic Kingdom during the summer, or just keep regular park hours until Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party starts up in August? What do we think? Is Magic Kingdom getting any in the summer?
I don't think so. Usually, because the hours are for the regular park guests are usually later in the summer. So I would guess that they probably won't. Usually the park will be open until 11 o'clock or so at night. So they don't really have time to have the extra after hour events because of that. So yeah, I would expect that would be the last date, and then they won't start Mickey's Not So Scary until August, which of course that will be August for sure. But
or July.
Don't have dates yet. They won't do Mickey's very Not So Scary in July. Come on.
15 years ago, they say they would never have Mickey's Not So Scary in August.
It's true. Yeah.
Liar, pants on fire.
So I was talking about Christmas in July. I think it'd just be hilarious if one week they just rolled out the Christmas Once Upon a Christmas Time parade. Just for a week. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Cool. That would be great.
You are so just manifesting this to happen.
You are. Let's make it happen.
My friends at work tell me I'm good at this. So let's see.
There we go.
And our podcast is really good at stuff like this happening. Really we just accidentally make.
So that's going to be their thing. That's how they're going to announce the dates for this year. It's going to be 4th of July week. They're going to have some random Once Upon a Christmas Time at Christmas parade.
It's true. They are. They are. Well, backing up though, another reason why I doubt that they'll have the after hours events is because the nighttime parade will be debuting in the summer at Walt Disney World or at the Magic Kingdom, I guess I should say. So I really suspect that they will not be doing the after hours events. And
excited for that.
Probably will see the parade debut not long after those after hours events. Again, this is me guessing and speculating based off of what I've known Disney do in the past. So I have no insider information. I'm just really taking a guess at it. But I would, if you're looking to see the new parade, I would say, what date is the last date for after hours, Mike? You already did. Oh wait, it's not an email, so
it's probably gonna be a Memorial Day weekend kind of a
probably Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, Tammy has a question here in the chat. She's joins us a lot here. We appreciate that. She's over on Facebook. Great picture there with Tigger. Love that. Mike, I'm looking to go home this April for 2 to 3 nights. She's going home. That's cool. Oh wait, you mean Walt Disney World probably?
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
why it's capital H. Okay, I get it. I love it. I love our folks. I'm flexible with the dates, and I'd like to know, how can I find out the cheapest nights to stay at any resort in that month? That'll most likely determine when I go. Thank you.
It's $1 million question.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
And there's not, so you're going to be looking, obviously stay away from the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, when April. You're going to want to
stay away from Easter's in April this year, right? Early.
Okay, stay away from Easter.
In April.
And I'm telling you, the cheerleaders are down there in April, the end of April to the beginning of May.
Yeah.
So
are they just always do the cheerleaders just live there because they were there?
Well,
they were there.
Okay, so here's the deal. Yes. Okay, so February is high school and college cheer. Now, right now is all-star cheer season. So they're all working up to Summit and Worlds, which the Summit and World National Championships are going to be down there in late April and May. That takes 2 weeks. And so you're not going to want to be there at the end of April or it doesn't like, it won't affect you being in the parks, but if you're looking for a value or a moderate resort, that's where all the cheerleaders are going to be. So the end of April, you're going to have a hard time finding a value resort in the beginning
middle
of May.
April.
There's also springtime surprise race weekend in
true.
April. So that takes up a lot of rooms and stuff too. That's April 4th through 6th, I think.
So I'd look mid-April, midweek.
Yeah. Mid-April.
Probably.
Isn't Easter around there too? I don't know.
Easter. Hold on. Let me.
We need to help around here.
Easter is April 20th, so like the weekend before that.
Yeah, maybe
so
the second week. Yeah, something like that.
Well, that will be probably spring break though. I don't know that there's any good day in April, to be perfectly honest, because spring break is usually the week before Easter for a lot of kids if they haven't already had one, or some sort of break is the week before.
Yeah,
Easter.
I mean ours is like March 21st.
Yeah,
but so it depends. I mean it varies.
We'll get the ballpark.
Either way, go through that Tuesday through Thursday if you can swing it. The midweek is the way to go.
Totally. All right, let's see here. Billy's got a question, and I love his handle over on the Discord server. It's he who waits in long lines, and it's all like jammed together. I finally figured it out. He says, podcast cruise will be my first cruise. What should I expect when I get to the port? For example, is it indoors or out? We have transportation to the port, but assuming they drop us off at the nominal time, about how long should we expect to be waiting to board since we don't have a cruising level like silver, platinum, or pearl? And will we be boarding last? Any other tips for first timers to make getting on board easier? Thanks in advance for all your suggestions. Billy, you're going to have a blast on the podcast cruise. Scott and I'll be there getting you. We'll hand you the first soft serve cone if you want. Just tell us we'll be ready. Deck 9. See, that's going to screw us up because we're used to being on deck 11.
Makes no sense.
We're going to be on deck 9 this time because the Magic has different decks. That's going to totally screw us up for the first day. We'll be fine. We'll make it. It's going to be fun. Good news, you're going to get a port arrival time. They're going to tell you what, and if you have transfers, it's even better. They're just going to tell you where to meet the transfers. They're going to tell you what to do with your luggage. You're going to take your luggage to where you meet the Disney Cruise Line representative. Boom. They're going to take your bags, throw them on the bus. You don't have to think about a thing after that. They're going to drive you over to Port Canaveral in this nice motor coach, like back in the Magical Express days. You're going to watch a fun video it gets you hyped for the cruise on the way over for like 40 minutes. You're going to crest the little hill and you're going to see the ship and everybody on the bus is going to go crazy. I promise you, because it is cool. It's a thing.
It's very cool.
And then they're going to drop you off at the port. They get you there to your correct port arrival time. Basically, you're going to ride into the port. It's awesome. It's beautiful. And you're not going to have to wait because they get you there by right at port arrival time. You might have to wait a few minutes in there. You'll hear boo, 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 boo. They'll play some chimes. You'll get on the ship. You'll walk through the ears and you'll be going. It's inside.
Hopefully you
it's
walk
great.
through the ears.
Well, we will probably, I think. I think we'll be in the main port. I
walk through the ears.
I know. Well, I think we'll be in the main port. Yeah, I know. Still better. Still better. So you're going to be fine to board. With Disney Cruise Line transfers, you're hooked up because they're going to put you off at the right place. They're going to give you the right time. You don't have to worry about it. It's inside. It's air conditioned. It's awesome. There'll be a model of the ship. Mickey Mouse will be there. You take pictures with the character, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse. There's character pictures there in the terminal. So yeah, you're set. We're gonna have a blast. So anything else to add? Missing anything here?
You basically covered it all. I mean, with the transfers do make it so much easier for you. It relieves a lot of stress, and it's your first time, so you wouldn't get the best port arrival time anyway. So that's why I think the transfers work out really good because sometimes those run a little bit later after if you were like a Pearl, like it would be after your port arrival time a lot of times anyway. So like that's gonna be perfect. Then it's 5 nights of just so much fun and relaxation.
As I'm sitting here watching the news of all this snow coming our way. Oh, I can't wait to be on the Magic. It's gonna be so awesome. Yes. So yes, you're gonna have a good time. Okay, next question is from Ian, who I believe is he's overseas. Is he he's in our Discord, he's over in the UK, correct?
UK.
Yeah, UK. And I love he's just brief. Best chicken on property.
Oh.
I love this question. It's a tough one though. I mean, dude,
you could do like a full podcast.
We could.
Yeah, I know,
this could
right?
be a full podcast. The buttermilk chicken at Olivia's is one of my favorite dishes, just because of the whole thing, like the atmosphere, like that it's served on some potatoes. You get a biscuit with it, green beans. I do like that. But oh man, other good chicken. I'm trying to think.
Oh, 50s. But
the
one of my
portions have gone down so
Yeah,
small.
I'm a no on the 50s one.
It used
Sorry.
to be big, and now it's so small. Like they've cut the portion size in half over there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, you do have Art Smith too. I mean, Homecoming, but I don't think Scott likes the Homecoming fried chicken either.
It's not my favorite. I prefer Olivia's, honestly, but I will say it is good, though. It is good.
It is good.
at
It is
Smith,
good.
but-
I mean, the last time I went, I got like huge pieces of chicken and I had to take them home with me. Like I couldn't eat it all. So, yeah, they do really good fried chicken there.
I've had good chicken, like good chicken feathers at Splitsville. Like just
You
like,
mean
know,
fingers?
like chicken. Well, I mean, we called them feathers back in the day at like Kinrod's. Remember Kinrod's?
Oh yeah, I do. Unfortunately.
I mean, they're chicken fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, did not like that restaurant.
Archers.
The chicken guy. If you're looking for chicken
Yep.
fingers, they have really good.
They're pretty good
chicken
too.
fingers.
I had them on a salad one
But
time.
they don't have as many dipping sauces as they used to have, but they're still really good. So
If you want to not do like your traditional chicken, like go to Sanaa, because that chicken.
Oh,
is so
God.
good.
Oh.
Yes.
butter chicken at Sanaa
the butter
is my
chicken,
favorite
yeah.
thing in the entire world. I love it.
Well,
Yeah.
Emily was craving it, and we had to go there after our disembarkation because she was
Bravo,
craving
Emily.
that chicken.
Good for her. Good for
Yeah,
her.
and I went to Old Key West. I could have had buttermilk chicken, but no, I went to Sanaa instead, and you can't lose in either of those scenarios.
No, you cannot. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What
Good
about a
choice.
theme
Great
park?
question.
I know it's a great question. I'm trying to think like in a theme park. So we've talked Disney Springs. We've talked Olivia's, which is
There's
like
a chicken
resort.
sandwich at Connections Eatery, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there is.
It's like the Chick-fil-A sandwich, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
it's really good there,
It's
actually. That's a
exactly
good
like
chicken
the
sandwich.
Chick-fil-A sandwich. Yeah, it reminds me of the Chick-fil-A original. Yeah, it's a good
Mhm.
sandwich. I'm trying to think what,
That's
like,
a
is
good
there? Trying to think who would have like the best. Because I mean, my God, my kids have eaten their weight in chicken in their
I used
life
to.
at the
It's
parks.
rarely open. Well, what was that restaurant? It's like, it's in Tomorrowland, but like it's by like where they do the dessert parties. Like,
Yeah,
what is
that thing's
restaurant?
never open anymore. The Tomorrowland Terrace.
But they used
Yeah,
to. Me and
no.
Paige. I remember me and Paige once
Yeah.
just went there to get buffalo tenders, and it was
Yes.
so good.
Yeah. And they used to have like little mini, like there's like a mini dessert there that I got there all
Yeah.
the time. It was
So
Oh,
like
that
a
cookie.
Minnie
the
Mouse.
cookie.
cookie.
Yeah,
So
yeah, back
good.
then. Oh my God, memories.
That's really good. But you can get the
Holy
chicken waffle sandwich, right? Still. over
That's
there
good
in
chicken.
Magic Kingdom?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get the chicken and waffle sandwich at Sleepy Hollow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a sandwich. It's just
It's
chicken and
it's not
Oh,
And a
sandwich.
waffle. Yeah. But that's good. That's a good
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I got that good chicken parm sandwich back at
And then
Pinocchio's
at
Village
Animal
House.
Kingdom, if you like barbecue chicken, like I think Flame Tree is a good chicken option.
It's
That Chili
true.
Canteen has like chicken protein in their bowls. Like
Yes.
I feel like we're talking about shrimp now.
Yeah. The one
I got
place that
Flame
I'm
Tree chicken. I like Chili Canteen
This
chicken.
turned into for the shrimp.
chicken show. The one place that I miss that I again since COVID, is Sunshine Seasons. They used to have
Oh, yeah.
really good chicken, like a rotisserie chicken, and the portions are very small for that one now, and half the time it's not even open anymore, which makes me
It's-
very sad. So
Connections Eatery did not do Sunshine Seasons.
No.
I agree. It
No.
totally.
And I lost my whoopie pie, my favorite dessert.
No.
But you know what though? What happened was again, it's the same thing though, right? Connections killed Sunshine Seasons because Sunshine Seasons was awesome until Connections came. And I mean, Connections is great. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's got great options. But the whoopie pie was like the Sunshine Seasons thing. You get there all the time. Now the whoopie pie is like kind of it's really featured all over the place. Like you can usually get one, but you got to kind of hunt for it because they
Especially around
use it
seasonal
specialty.
times, like
It's
Christmas
seasonal,
and
yeah.
stuff,
They
too.
use it for a specialty thing. Anyway, all right.
Now
So
we'll
there you
some
go,
chicken.
Ian. That was lots of chicken. There you go. All right. Let's see. Maria's got a question. Showing some friends around Walt Disney World for their first ever visit, April 23rd to the 26th. We're two adult couples. We drink and our friends do not. We eat meat and our friends do not. We are thrill ride people and they are not.
Oh.
Let's see.
I'm just joking.
How are
I'm
you
just
guys
joking.
friends? No, just kidding. What sit-down dining will offer the best options for all of us? What lounges have the best selection of non-alcohol and mocktails in addition to the cocktails? So
I think the oh my God, why am I forgetting the name? I want to say Red Rose Tavern, and I know it's not right. Like the Grand Floridian Lounge.
Oh,
Enchanted Rose.
Yes, thank you. I
Yes,
knew there
from
was a
DreamWorks.
rose somewhere.
Yes, there's
Man,
rose
my
in
mind
it,
went to
yes.
like Disneyland for
When
some
I
reason.
said that, I'm picturing the Super Bowl commercial with Seal, because the Kiss from the Rose, like that he sang
Yes.
for Batman. He was like the Seal. Anyway, I don't know why that popped into my head. But I
Anyway,
saw
that
you as
I
the
think
Seal.
of that as a great place with good mocktails. I know Emily's has some great ones there too, and an outstanding alcohol selection, like their seasonal old fashioned. So good. So I like that as a good spot where both parties can find something that they really enjoy.
So I've never really thought about mocktails, but I mean, will most like lounges just make
They
any
do.
drink
They
into a
do, yeah.
mocktail without the?
But
Is that
some
what
more
it
than
is?
others will
Yeah.
have like a menu of certain ones that aren't on your traditional, because I call it like
Correct.
the generic bar menu. Will
Right.
have mocktails, but at a lounge, and this is not knocking any other locations, but you have more like experience. I would say more of a range of making drink bartenders,
Yeah,
so they can kind of come up with something even too that will like kind of go for your liking. So
I
that's
would
why
agree with that.
I like that.
Yeah, I think the lounges are the place to go for the mocktails for sure. As far as like restaurants, Sanaa was actually one of the places
Yes.
that I thought of because they have really great kind of vegetarian options, as well as, I mean, like we mentioned before, the butter chicken is just the best thing. But I mean, you can get the naan bread and the dipping sauces, which is one of my favorite things too. So that was the first thing that actually did pop in my head for like, that situation where you got people that eat meat and people who don't eat meat. I mean,
I think one of us needs to become a vegetarian just so we can start
No,
answering.
Not me,
definitely not
dude. I'm
becoming
not. You see me, I eat terrible. But I
Hey,
eat a
Veronica
lot of
needs to
meat.
be in the chat when we have these questions.
Yeah.
She can
like-
help us out a little bit.
I mean, almost all the restaurants have something that's,
Yes.
vegetarian. So they're not going to be out anything. But if they don't, I mean, and they would, but if there's something that they see something on the menu and they're like, I'd like to have that, but have it be a vegetarian option, just have the chef would be probably more than happy to come out and speak with you, and help them, create something that
For
they
sure.
could eat as well. So that would be a big thing. I wouldn't fret too much about where we can go, what's good, anywhere that can make anything for the most part, and
I don't know why my mind went to Ale and Compass too. I don't know why. I'm just thinking that. But I have no particular reason why. Maybe I saw someone order some great vegetarian dish there once. I don't know, but
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, you can look at the menus ahead of time too, right? And that's
Yeah.
like a plus.
The Mouse for Less has all the menus online too, or obviously you can look at Disney too. But we've got them on the Mouse for Less, so you can check those out.
So Jason over in our clubhouse, this is all coming from the current BOGP discussion channel, and that one goes pretty busy. He says his best mocktail on property is from it's new. Is it the Wali Lalu?
Wailulu.
Wali Lulu.
Wailulu,
I gotta say
yes.
it a few times, get used to it. But the that place. He says it's the zero proof pina colada, which is Liar's Cane, non-alcoholic spirit, coconut cream, Dole pineapple juice, and lime for
Sounds so
$12.50.
good.
Okay, there you go.
There's so many good mocktails you can get at Walt Disney World. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
The
says that's
mocktail
one to go
game
for.
has been increased a lot of places. So Walt Disney World has definitely jumped on that train.
Okay. All right. Oh, because I'm trying to go through it, man, because these things just keep popping up. I love our clubhouse, but man, this thing moves fast some days. We have another question from Grind Crew. Says go-to dishes to order at Palo Brunch on the Disney Wish, but they're pretty much all the same.
Yeah.
Fleet wide.
mean-
Mine. I got a few. Let me just go with mine real quick. You got to get the sticky buns. Because the sticky buns are to
But
die
that's
for.
on the dessert menu now.
I don't care what it's on the brunch.
I
It's
want
on
them
the
to be
brunch. You can
aware
get it
that
at
that's
brunch.
where the sticky buns are, because you won't see them on the main menu.
You can get them on
have-
the brunch though. I mean, they'll bring
No,
them to
no,
you.
no. You can get them on the brunch.
Not
What
as
I'm
an
saying
entree,
is
but as a
not as an
dessert.
entree. It doesn't show up on the main menu.
I just say bring them to me.
You
I
have
need
to
'em.
ask for them.
Yes.
Is what I'm
I say I
saying, because
need
they're on the dessert
I
menu.
say I came here for sticky buns. That's what I always
Yes,
say.
there you go.
And I always get the chicken parm. Chicken parm is awesome. And I always get the eggs Benedict. Oh, holy smokes. Okay, so I don't want to take them all, but those are my three. I gave three. Sticky buns, chicken parm, and eggs Benedict. Okay, Scotty, what do you get? What do you suggest for that?
I mean, I don't want to. I mean, Ricky, I don't know. Did you go to brunch recently?
I
So you
sure
might have some
did.
items on your. I'll just repeat the chicken parm is always my go-to, and you always have to get Apollo pizza for the table,
Yes.
or even for yourself. I like the goat cheese. I think there's like a goat cheese sun-dried tomato pizza. I know one time, Mike, you were with me with this one. I think we were at the Foresters too. We got a secret pizza that was like,
It was
or the
grape.
illegal pizza.
It was grape or something, right? It was grape.
But it was like one that they used to serve on the Magic way back in the day. It was a fan favorite. Then they got rid of it, but their chef still makes it sometimes.
Yeah.
But so he called it the illegal pizza. But all their pizzas are so good, so you can't go wrong with a nice pie for brunch.
Agreed. Erica, what do you get?
I mean, is this too much of a giveaway for my,
No,
for Friday?
because we will talk. There's tons to talk about for 5 days.
All right. So, I mean, you've got to get the appetizer of the meats and cheeses.
Yep.
So you've got to do that. They have the option of a seafood one or the meat and cheese one.
I got both last time. Yep.
Well, that's true. You can do both. I just get the meat and cheese.
I did both.
I got an omelet, a cheese omelet, which was phenomenal. Oh my gosh, so good. The Mickey waffle was probably one of the best Mickey waffles I've ever had.
That's what that's what your wife always gets, right, Mike? Doesn't she always
Yes,
get the
and
waffle?
Dennis just put a picture of one in the clubhouse yesterday, and oh my
It's
god,
so
the thing
good.
looks so good.
It's
Oh,
so
man.
good. It had a strawberry
Yep.
whipped cream with it.
That's the
Oh
one
my
he put. That's
gosh.
exactly
Okay.
the one he put. Yeah.
Brian got the sausage pizza, which was flatbread, I guess I should say, which was really good. The tomato soup is to die for. It's really creamy, or well, it was really sweet, which so often tomato soup is acidic, and this one had a really sweet flavor to it. Again, one of the best tomato soups I've ever had in my entire life. And then I got the butternut squash. I think it was butternut squash ravioli, which was so good. And then of course we got the chicken parmesan as well. And then we got a chocolate cake. So that's what we ended up getting, or that's what I ended up getting. I left there so full. I can't even tell you. Like, I was rolling out of there. Just I couldn't. I don't know how I moved.
I believe it.
Yeah.
There's
So,
nothing like Apollo nap.
no,
no.
I didn't
Yeah,
take a nap.
seriously.
I just was so full. So
Yep.
yeah.
We did the 10.
But the best item on the menu, unfortunately, is not at brunch. It is at dinner. It's the souffle, the chocolate
Yes.
souffle.
Yep.
Yes.
And which sadly they do not offer at brunch. It's another way to get you to
So good.
book another
Come
meal.
back
I
again.
swear.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. So I'm telling you, come over to the clubhouse, because in the cruise line channel, I posted a video of them busting the little souffle and dropping in the hot chocolate. Oh man, I was like, why did I post it? I was on the treadmill when I posted it too. I was walking. I was like, why am I doing this to myself? It's so good. And then I posted at the brunch at the end. He asked what we wanted for dessert, and we were joking around. We couldn't decide. We got all 9, and we destroyed, between the two of us. We ate almost all 9 desserts after all that breakfast.
It's a lot.
I mean, I'd run like 13 miles that morning. So I was like, I'm going for it. Who cares? I'm just tearing it up. Whatever. I'll run another 13 tomorrow. That's why you run, dude. It was crazy. All right. Last question of the day. It's coming from Paul over on Facebook. Have you guys ever visited Jelly Rolls? It'd be funny if Jelly Roll performed there for the last night at Jelly Rolls. I like Jelly Roll. He's one of my favorite singers. With it closing and this being the first ever solo trip, I'm going to try to go there over springtime run weekend. I could see Jelly Roll doing that. Anyway, I have been there. Have you guys been there?
No.
I have not.
You've
no.
not been there. I've been there. It's wild. It's fun. It's expensive though. There's a cover charge, and the drinks are expensive. But I mean, it's your average dueling piano bar where, you know, you put your little request in, you give a tip to the guy playing the piano. There's a couple guys playing pianos. There was 2 guys. It could be, I guess, ladies playing pianos too. The night I was there was guys. And it's just people sing along. I mean, it's just, you know, people they play like The Piano Man by Billy Joel, and everybody sings a song, or, you know, it's just, you know, the songs like sing along songs, and it's people drinking, and it's a good time. But the night I went, it was cast member night, because the friends I was with, a couple of them were cast members, so they got in cheaper, and it was a wild and raucous night in there. It was fun. That's kind of what it is. I mean, I think it's kind of run its course. You know, I don't know, maybe.
It's not going away. I mean, they are opening up another location in Orlando. They're just not going to be at Disney World anymore. So, I mean, they're still going to be in existence. So if you do want to go to a dueling piano bar that is Jelly Rolls in the future, you still will be able to do so. You'll just have to go off property in order to do that.
Yeah.
So what's safe at the boardwalk anymore?
I don't know.
It's getting like an
perfectly
identity
honest.
change. Like over the last several years, from like the Boardwalk Bakery name change, the Ample Hills ice cream going away, ESPN going away. Like, is Flying Fish safe? That's what we need to know.
I would say no. I would say no. I mean, I wouldn't say it's safe.
It just seems like it's going through a crazy identity change.
I mean,
right now.
I'm honestly surprised that the Atlantic Dance Hall is still there, but I'm sure that it gets a lot of
corporate
use as
usage.
corporate, yeah,
Yep.
and like wedding receptions and things like that. But I am so surprised that place is still open. So yeah.
Jelly rolls. I just think a lot because I mean we've had like those dueling piano bars. Like we had one in the shopping center right down from me right here on Mid Rivers Mall, Ricky. That was right there across from Deer.
I think I went to that one.
Yeah,
actually.
now it's a boxing gym or something. I mean that was a
Yeah.
dueling pianos place back in the day. It was more popular like in the 2000s.
Absolutely.
Thing.
Yeah.
But what I don't want to see is it sitting empty, right? Like use the venue. That's prime real
Well,
estate.
I
Make
mean,
it
right
make it
now-
entertainment. Make it something entertainment.
The space that was the brewery next door. I mean, that's just sitting empty.
Exactly.
So.
I hate empty because like we need stuff to do. Like I'm still bitter about Pleasure Island. Like that was such a cool thing to do at night. And I mean, Disney Springs is fun and all. It's great. I love Disney Springs, but Pleasure Island was also a lot of entertainment. You had like 8 tracks. You had, the comedy club. You had Adventurers Club. It was unique. It was so fun. Like, bring this kind of stuff back. Don't take away without, you're
consulting
Disney.
you first.
Yeah, consulting Mike Robin.
Like make a sports bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Make a diner or 24-hour diner. I mean, we've talked about these
we've asked
things
for
all
the
the time.
24-hour diner for
Like
years.
seriously, it just seems like I hate that. Like it seems like we're subtracting a lot. Without just keeping. Now we're not even adding all the time. Like just, keep it at least equal. Don't keep when Jelly Rolls goes away. Let's pop something back into that hole.
Or maybe they're gonna take, because Jelly Rolls was next to the brewery, right? So maybe they're gonna take that whole space and do one big thing instead of two.
That's a
little.
big spot then, because
Doesn't matter. I mean, whatever they put in there could be a very large. I assume it will be a restaurant when whatever it is goes back in there. So that's just a guess, but who knows?
Now Jelly Rolls is going to like downtown Orlando. It's not going on.
Yeah,
Disney
Jelly
property.
Rolls is not going to Disney Springs, and the Jelly Rolls has already said that they're not going to Disney Springs. It's been confirmed that they're not going to Disney Springs. That they're going to somewhere in Orlando.
Yep.
So I would guess somewhere on iDrive probably.
Yep.
If I had to, or maybe downtown Orlando, but those are the two
I thought
spots.
I read it's going downtown. That's what it.
Huh?
I thought I read it's going downtown. Probably.
It probably
lower
downtown makes more sense, but I could see the iDrive area, like where the Orlando Eye is and stuff like that too. So either one. Yeah.
All right, that's gonna do it for today's show. Lots of so we talked chicken, we talked dueling pianos, we talked cruising, and we talked Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I mean, how about that for variety? It's good stuff. Thank you. You guys did well. If you have a question, drop it to Mike at brguestpodcast.com. We'll get it ready for next Wednesday's podcast. And by the way, MIZ, let's beat Bama tonight. All right, don't forget our show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney vacation, whether it's to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney to see the world. We are standing by. No additional cost to you. Great service each and every time. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. You guys make these shows possible. We could not do this without you. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You give us a follow on the social media. I'm at beourguestmike. Scott's at Epscott, EPSCOT. Ricky's at Ricky Nibs, RIKKINIBS. Instagram, Twitter, and Threads. And you can check out Scott at Must See Adventures over on YouTube. Ricky's at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com. Check her out there. Of course, I'm at beourguestpodcast.com. And let's see, this Sunday night, no live show because Mallory has state cheerleading championships down in Springfield, Missouri. And it's impossible to get back in time for the live show. They perform at 3:35 and it's 4 hours away. So do the math. Can't happen. So we'll have one a week from Sunday. I promise you that. So sorry about that. But go Vikings. Let's bring home a state title. See what we can do. All right. So we'll be back again on Friday. We're going to be talking all about Ricky's cruise. We're going to book in the week. Scott's cruise on Monday, Ricky's cruise on Friday. The Wish, the Fantasy, 2 different classes of ships. We'll talk about the differences, a 5-nighter and a 3-nighter. all kinds of yin and yang. I can't wait. As cold as it is, I just wish I was on a cruise ship. I don't care.
I just want to be sitting in a lounge chair.
For real, with a soft serve in my hand. I
got sunburn. Not gonna lie.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I can't feel my toes, and I'm in my house. It's so cold here, so stop. Okay, so
Mike, turn your heat up.
I'm cheap. Well, you know what? I'm down here because when I'm podcasting, I'm busy, and the girls mess with the thermostat upstairs, and I'm at their mercy, and that's what happens. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you on Friday. So for Scott and Ricky, I'm Mike. Wishing you a great Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay warm. And we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.